stop traumatizing your friends and family. In this video, I'll talk about the top 3 things I hear on a constant basis as a disabled person and why it's so important to avoid these phrases. At the end, I'll also explain what you could say instead to avoid ruining the day of your loved ones. If you're also disabled, comment the unsolicited advice people love to give you. Let's see how many we got in common. Number 1. You should move more, exercise, and go on daily walks. It's honestly one of the worst and most common things people tell us. Should we stop moving and going on walks altogether? Of course not. But that doesn't mean that we should force ourselves to do things that will worsen our condition, and most of the time we know when to pick our battles. Contrary to popular belief, we actually tend to do more than we can handle, to our own detriment. So telling us to exercise and move and walk isn't going to do anything but worsen our mental state. It puts pressure on us, which we do ourselves more than enough. We don't need to hear it from others. It also worsens our guilt because it makes us feel like we're not doing enough, not working hard enough. Sometimes intensifies that imposter syndrome too. Others can do it, why can't we? Because we're disabled. We don't need constant reminders of it. We live with this. A line that goes hand in hand with that is just stop being lazy. Wow, what a great way to completely destroy a person's self-esteem and motivation. It's hard enough being disabled, but being told you're lazy when you're literally trying your best is just insane. Do you know what the actual definition of the word laziness is? According to the Cambridge Dictionary, laziness is the quality of not being willing to work or use any effort. We want to, we try to. Just because you don't see our effort doesn't mean it isn't there. I've noticed that most people simply don't understand how much effort it actually takes to live with disability, let alone do something beyond basic survival. The next one is sort of an umbrella phrase that starts with, have you tried? Look, if you're talking to a disabled or neurodivergent person, chances are they tried most things that come to mind when you think of giving advice. Have you tried going to the doctor, getting meds, therapy, drinking more water, going to the gym? The list goes on, and I assure you the answer will usually be yes, unless the thing you're recommending isn't an option. Now, please remember that not all disabilities are visible. You can't look at someone and know they're 100% healthy. I myself look younger than my age, fit and smiling half the time I'm outside. My facial expressions are masks because I don't want to be rude when I buy groceries. I'm extra polite because I don't want to ruin other people's days. And I usually cry when I'm alone. The exceptions are when people drive me to the breaking point or when the pain gets too bad. On a normal day, you would not be able to discern that I'm disabled, and those who know only do so because I've disclosed that information. So if someone tells you about their disabilities, don't play doctor, don't give advice without them asking, and don't shame those who are struggling. 99.9% of the time I hear something upsetting regarding my disabilities is when I never even asked for help or advice in the first place. Unsolicited advice and assumptions will kill your relationship. If someone tells you they're struggling but isn't asking for solutions, don't try to come up with one. I promise all we want is to be heard, acknowledged, and understood. You don't need to be disabled to understand your friend's words. You don't need to be neurodivergent to acknowledge your family's hardships. You just need to be human and show some compassion. Listen to what we say, read what we write, pay attention, and show that you care. If you feel the need to say something, say what you hope will happen. I hope you'll get better. I hope you'll get more sleep. I hope you'll be able to do the thing you wanted. If you really want to use a template, use I hope instead of have you tried, because this one will actually help. And don't be like my infuriating landlady who ignores everything I say. Check out my story time video if you're curious about that whole mess. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.